Your real estate license is required when you go out and you're representing another person with the expectation or intention of receiving valuable consideration. And there's a lot of scope of what we do if you sell properties, of course, or exchange properties, negotiate rents or leases, collect rents, list property for sale, write offers for people. You need to have a real estate license. If you advertise real estate for sale and people are calling you to get the information, you need to have a real estate license. If you're prospecting for clients and potential buyers, you need to have a real estate license. And if you're selling business opportunities that involve real estate, you need to have a license. Now, your real estate license is for selling real estate. If you want to go sell insurance or securities, you need to get an appropriate license in that discipline. Now, there's always exemptions to licensing. Obviously, if you own the property or taking care of your own property, that's an exemption. If you're operating under a power of attorney, which is a piece of paper that authorizes you to act for someone else, in which case you'd be an attorney in fact, you don't need a license for that either. If you are an attorney and your clients have asked you to do certain things for them, such as negotiate a lease, you don't obviously need a real estate license for that because you're working in connection with your duties as an attorney. However, if you're holding open houses every weekend with your own open house signs, it's going to look like you're acting like a real estate broker. They do give you some latitude here, but they're going to make you get a real estate license if you look more like a real estate broker than an attorney. If you're a trustee under a deed of trust and you're foreclosing on a property, obviously you don't need a license. If you're appointed by a will as an executor of an estate, if you're court appointed, you'd be an administrator, then you don't need a license. And, of course, if you're working for a utility company in connection with your duty, utility companies do a lot of real estate transactions, buying easements and all kinds of things. And if you're working for the utility company on their stuff, you don't need a license either. Property management activity, when you're doing it for yourself, is, of course, exempt. But if you're doing it for somebody else, you need a license. Property management activity might be advertising real estate for lease or rent, procuring tenants, negotiating lease or rental terms, arranging for repairs and maintenance, executing documents, collecting and dispersing rents. All those will be property management activities. And if you're paid for this, you better have a license. Of course, there are the exemptions. And one of them is it's your own property. That's obviously an exemption. Another one might be if you're an employee of the owner. You work for a dentist. He has a lot of rentals. You're on salary with the dentist. FICA and other withholding is taken out of your check. Then you can handle his rentals too because you're an employee of the owner. You work for a homeowners association. You're doing support services for a properly licensed property management company. But you don't have a license. There's a lot of latitude there. You can collect rents. You can show apartments as long as you don't negotiate the rents. You can repair or make arrangements for repairs and do maintenance and that type of thing. A lot of latitude there. All property management activity, by the way, whether you're a full-time property management company or you're just a sales company that's doing a little property management, all property management activity done by licensees must be done under the supervision of their broker. If the division determines that you violated license law, they go to the commissioners and they decide that they want you prosecuted criminally, then the person that's going to actually do that, if you're practicing real estate without a license, would be the county attorney in the various counties across Utah. And we have 29, so there must be 29 county attorneys.